Hey guys, today I'm going to install a new drain pop-up in my bathroom sink. I need to replace it. There's a lot of stuff going on with it, so let's get started. Okay guys, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to loosen this nut right here. So we're going to use our channel locks to do that. And then unscrew it with our hand. And the second thing that I do is unscrew the P trap. I have two, one here and the one before it. So use your channel locks to unscrew that, to untighten it, and then you can untighten it with your hand. And watch out for the water. There is water in that trap. And then I loosen the lift rod strap from the lift rod and hold on to that little spring clip because you're going to need that again. And then I'm going to take that nut off right there. And pull out the lift rod. And look at that gunk on the lift rod. So now I'm going to pull the I'm pulling the plunger out, or the pop-up, and look at that gunk. And this is a Delta. It's been in for 20 years, and it's like it's had its wear. It's got a lot of gunk down in there. And then I'm going to pull out the flange. And it has a lot of sludge and gunk down in there, and it smells really bad. So don't be surprised when you smell that. So I'm going to go ahead and take the P-trap off, and I'm going to save it because I'm going to put it back together. And it does have water in there, and this one here has a lot of sludge down in there. Water and sludge and all of that. It's just loaded. I had to clean and clean and clean that out. I'm going to use that again. And now I'm going to take the drain off. And like I said before, this is a Delta. Really good drain. And I'm going to replace it with another drain. This one's a Project Source that I'm going to put on. But I'm going to loosen this up. Then I'm going to put my pliers in the little hole in there, and then I'm going to finish unscrewing it from the sink. And you have to put the pliers in there to hold the top part still while you unscrew the bottom. And you're going to do that when you put it back together. Put the pliers in there and hold it still while you twist it back in there. So now I'm pulling that drain and that flange out, and look at there. All kinds of debris, sludge, hair, just everything down in there. This is the original drain from this house, 20 years. I'm getting rid of all of that. You have to have your little bucket down there so you can throw everything down in there, because you're not going to want to put that on nothing. It smells really bad. And then I'm going to go ahead and clean up. And you can see the new one is the black one, and the old one is that silver one. So I'm going to disassemble all the parts and put them back together in the sink, one at a time. I'm going to go ahead and put my silicone on there. This is not clear, but it's silicone, so you just decide what kind you want to put on there, clear or this white type, or caulk, sink caulk. So again, I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to put my flange in there and hold my flange down with the pliers and screw that together, the drain and the flange together. And guys, if your sink starts to if it starts to leak water, it's coming from that top part right at the top of the flange right here. Right there where I'm twisting, you'll have to get that really top. If it's leaking, tighten it. I'm hand tighten it, and then I'll go back with my tools and tighten it up. Okay, and make sure that nut right there is pointing to the back of the sink, because that's where we're going to put our ball rod in. Go ahead and stick that down in there, the plunger or the pop-up. And then this ball rod has to go inside that little hole into the plunger that connects together. So you'll have to make sure it's inside that little hole. And I'm feeling to see if it's going in the hole of the pop-up. And once it's in there, you can put the nut back on. and you'll tighten it up, and then this is where you're just gonna decide how to adjust it, because this is the rod that when you put it in that lift rod strap with the little holes in, that's what's going to pull that drain up and down, or that plunger up and down. So you'll have to adjust it. It's gonna you'll have to do trial and error. And I'm going to go ahead and put the P-trap back together. I'm going to hand tighten it, and then I'm going to use my tools and tighten it up. Okay, and now I'm going to put the spring clip on to the lift rod strap. And you're going to have to adjust that because there's different holes right there, which is it's going to adjust how far you pull that your drain, your main plunger, the plunger up and down. So just trial and error with the adjustment on that. That's pulling it up and down. Now I may have to adjust that again. And there you can see at the top it's going up and down. It could go up a little further, so just adjust that. Yeah, that little plunger can go up a little bit. I'm going back around and I'm going to tighten everything up. And now I'm going to do the leak test. Turn my water on, and I'm going to look under and see if there's any leaks. Right now I don't see any leaks, but if it does leak, tighten the nut at the top, the lock nut at the top.